All right, the three of you in here. I think I know who one of the people is. He's already there in the chat. Guys, look, fix my camera. Guys, this one is going to be short. Guys, this one's going to be short. No music, no fanfare, no nothing. It's going to be short. I'm going to get this done in about 30 minutes because I know Alex wants to come up here and say something. I see Johnny Olden. Man, he's quick. He already got his video up. I can only imagine what Johnny has to say about this. I can only imagine what Steve Dace has to say about this. Guys, I've been doing some thinking. I'm getting to a crossroads in my life, and I think once my book is finished, I might walk away from this thing altogether. This is too stressful. This is just too much. So I think once the book is done, I've got that marketed. This covering college football thing, man, I think, I might have to shut the channel down because it's too stressful. It just is. So, guys, if please hit the like. If you're peeking in here, I'm sure there are lots of people covering this right now, but please hit the like button. At least get the engagement up. Where to begin? Guys, I'm just gonna jump right in. Alex, if you're there, I'm gonna throw the link in the chat in a second. I'm just gonna say this. Let me pull the picture up. Give me a second, guys. It's gonna be a short stream. We're not going for an hour today. After what I just saw, we're just not. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking for the picture. I'm looking for the picture. Geez. There it is. Okay. History. They say that sometimes, history is the greatest teacher. And you have to learn from history. So when I got to the University of Michigan in 1999, this whole thing was going on. You guys know, Tom Brady was the senior quarterback on that 1999 squad, which was BCS title game worthy. They lost to Michigan State and they lost to Illinois at home, I think, after Anthony Thomas got hurt and whatnot. But the net of it is Lloyd Carr. I see Abdul Gaines is in the chat. At that time, Abdul Gaines was a Michigan fan. That was 1999. And at that time, Lloyd Carr had his senior quarterback who has gone on to become the GOAT, the greatest player of all time in the NFL. Some of you guys can argue that. And he had his sophomore phenom, Drew Henson. And Lloyd Carr was left with a dilemma. Tom Brady's my senior guy. He's dependable. He's not as athletic as Drew Henson. But but I got to play Drew Henson because Drew Henson is uber talented. He can throw, he can run, and he might go play baseball if I don't play him. So the first part of that 1999 season, Lloyd Carr was going with the platoon system, where he would play Tom Brady for the first quarter, and then he would play Drew Henson for the second quarter, and then he would go with whoever the hot quarterback was in the second half. And Tom got off to a slow start that game. And Lloyd pulled Tom after that second quarter. And I was new to the Michigan football program, but when Tom, they showed a shot of Tom on the sidelines, and Tom had his headset on, and he was sitting there looking and thinking, I was just getting hot, and I'm getting pulled out. Drew Henson goes in. He throws a touchdown pass to Marcus Knight, but he also throws an interception. Lloyd Carr plays Tom Brady in the second half. Tom Brady almost leads the team back, and the team just falls short. Guys, please hit the like. I'm not asking for – the super chat is there. I'm not asking for donations on this one because this is going to be short. But the point is, Lloyd Carr, as much as Abdul Gaines hated Lloyd Carr, Lloyd Carr had the epiphany that I need to play Tom Brady as my starter for the rest of the season. I got to roll with one guy. And for the rest of that season, the Wolverines played Tom Brady, and they played well. They pretty much won every game except for that Illinois game. They even won their bowl game against Alabama. And so I'm saying this to say that all season there have been clamors for J.J. McCarthy, and so I imagine Jimbo has felt the pressure to play J.J. McCarthy. He's taller than Cade McNamara. He's probably bigger, stronger, more mobile, probably more upside. But Cade McNamara has shown the ability to manage the game and, for the most part, not turn the ball over. Okay. We got away with one there in that fourth quarter. The first J.J. McCarthy fumble. The Michigan State player kicked it out of bounds. Guys, I had notes here. I took notes. I was sitting there writing down notes like a sports beat writer. I was going to go over these for this live streams, but I'm just throwing this away. J.J. McCarthy fumbled the ball. The Michigan State player kicked it out of bounds. We escaped with 3 points. You're up 33-30. Okay. You hold the Michigan State offense. At that point, you're just trying to escape with the win. There's what like 7 minutes, 5 minutes left. You just need to get a couple of first downs, move the chains, run that clock down so Michigan State can't come back. Okay. Cade McNamara could have done that. He's a manager, and he showed today that he can make throws. Did he connect on everything? No. But the point is, he was your veteran guy. He got the majority of the snaps all season, and he's shown that I've seen growth in Cade McNamara. Okay. And if you're going to experiment, if you're going to let a true freshman like that play, maybe you let him play early on in the game. Maybe you let him cut his teeth early on in the game. I mean, JJ has shown the ability to make plays, but you're playing your first ranked opponent. No, not your first ranked. Your first in-conference ranked opponent this season. It's on the road in a hostile environment. You let this team hang around. Now, there were calls that went against us. I think the strip sack, that was huge. Then we go up by another 7 points. You're in a hostile environment. You're trying to close the game out. There's no need to put J.J. McCarthy in there. Okay? Put your veteran guy in. Let him move the chains. Let him guide the offense like he's been doing for most of the game. Let him win the game for you. I'm not knocking J.J. McCarthy per se. The kid was uber talented. He was highly touted coming in. But at that point, all you need to do is move the chains a few times, kill the clock, and you can escape with the victory. With all the bad calls we got from the Big Ten officials, with as good as a game as that Kenneth Walker III was having, okay, with Blake Corum dropping that pass in the first quarter, which could have been another 7 points. All you need to do is just escape with the win. Let your veteran quarterback guide your offense in that last 7 minutes. This, you think the 2018 Revenge Tour game, as a Michigan fan, you think that might have been the worst coaching performance that you've seen. And I'm not saying the entire game was bad in terms of a coaching performance, but at that point, you're trying to close the game out. You're trying to escape with the win. Why do you put your true freshman quarterback in there if your starter isn't hurt? And also, if your starter is not playing bad. Cade McNamara wasn't playing bad, right? Alex, are you out there? If you are, say something. I'll throw the link in the chat. I don't really have much else to say about this. I know Jimbo has felt pressure to play JJ. You don't want your 5-star recruit to enter the transfer portal, a la Abdul Gaines, but it's a tough situation. You have a veteran quarterback who isn't losing you games, but you have this young upstart freshman who has all the talent in the world, but it's raining. It's raining. You're playing in one of your rivals. You're playing at your rival, your in-state rival. They have a no quit attitude, which their coach. I mean, congratulations to Michigan State, but the reality is, this loss is in the hands of Jimbo and the coaching staff, and whoever. And I'm certain it was Jim's call to put JJ in there. But I just think that you stick with your veteran guy. He wasn't losing us the game, and I thought that he had the poise to kind of finish the game out. Okay, so Alex says he's not going to talk trash if he wants to. I know Abdul Gaines is there talking trash in the all morning, all afternoon. I've been hearing Mel Tucker, Mel Tucker, Mel Tucker. Well, Abdul Gaines, congratulations to Mel Tucker and Michigan State, but this loss is at the hands of the coaching staff. Alex, here it goes. We're not going long today, guys. This is short. I have other things that I need to do, and I kind of want to take my mind off this right now. Oh man, just play your veteran guy, man. Just play your veteran guy. He's not the tallest, sexiest quarterback. You know, he doesn't make all the NFL throws, but he can manage the offense, man. He didn't turn the ball over, man. Just all right, here we go, guys. What's up, Alex? Come on, man. We're not going long today. We're not going long today. Go ahead, spit it out.
Listen, a couple things. I 100% agree with you. I mean, I like the kind of the breakdown that you gave in regards to the Lloyd Carr, Drew Henson situation. Mismanaged completely, right? I think Drew Henson is still trying to figure out if he wants to play football or baseball right now. I think he's still trying to figure that out at like 45 years old, but I digress. Yeah, I mean, we heard the JJ talk, right? Obviously. But my stance is not changed from last year. You saw how the team lit up when Kate was on the field, right? And if you're winning games, I'm trying to figure out a very nice way to put this. You're playing your quote unquote biggest rival or in-state rival. It's a top 10 matchup. College football playoff implications are on the line, right? And I can get, you put them in, you try to run them to the left side, got tackled, tried to, pick up some extra yards, you fumble the ball, you say, okay, fine. You know what? Maybe today's just not his day. And you move on, you continue on with the game plan because Kate was playing. He wasn't giving the game away, right? He made wide open throws. Michigan State's corners were not that good. I think at that point, the first fumble, I think Kate had about 250 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, I think. And then, the second one, I don't understand why you're bringing in a freshman quarterback at that juncture, especially the way that he's been playing. Listen, he's undefeated, right? He's undefeated. So this season as a starter. So why it's almost like you're not playing Western Michigan or Eastern Michigan, right? You're not playing Detroit. I don't understand. For the life of me, I don't understand that. I don't get it. Listen, if it was me, he had to get a ride home. Can't come back here. Not after that.
You talking about the Harbaugh or McCarthy?
Harbaugh. That was an embarrassment. And granted, I'm going to watch the first half of the game because I caught the second half, the full second half. And I mean, there were a couple bonehead things that I saw. The McCarthy stuff I didn't understand. I mean, there was some bad officiating on both sides. I think the one drive before Walker scored, there was a fourth down run or third down run, I think it was, or fourth. It was a third or fourth down. I can't remember. In the third quarter, there was a clear hold on the inside with the center, clear as day, right? No call on Michigan's side. But then you go back to the last fourth down. I mean, you clearly see the DB's hand wrapped around. I can't remember the receiver's name, but the two Michigan State receivers bump into each other. He still, because he's out of position, he reaches on the back hip and kind of twist the receiver, so they missed that call. I mean, there were calls missed all over the place. I didn't see the strip sack, so I have to go back in the first half and watch that. But, with all that being said, you're up 16 in the third quarter, and you know what Michigan State's going to do, right? You know what they're going to do. They can't pass the football. Like, you lost a game where you were up 16. The receiver threw 2 picks, and you still lost. And the only thing they could do was run the football. That's all they could do. So, from a deep listen, it's bad. It's bad. And I know Harbaugh's got that record. He's 0-something against top 10 teams, 0-6 or 0-7 or something like that. It's a really bad record. Again, I got nothing. I got nothing.
You know what, Jason? You know what? I'll second what Alex says. I mean, I was looking at all the calls that went against us. I think the strip sack was huge, but I think.
But here's the thing. I'm reading this comment.
Late in that game, you have to. We had essentially we just needed to move the chains a couple of times and kill the clock. Go ahead, Alex.
No, so I'm reading this comment where it says the officials effed you with that review. Okay, fine. If you want to look at that, if you think being up 16 comes down to a one-play review, you don't know football. You don't know football, period. You're up 16. One play does not change the game. Here's the thing. They didn't have to score twice. They had to score 4 times in order to beat you. Really 5 if you're going to add in the 2-point conversions. There's no excuse. None. No. I don't understand why they don't. I'm not a person to call for anybody's job. I thought they were going to let go of him last year. I understand they're 7-0. Or 6. I understand they're 7-0. No offense, but I feel like the Big Ten schedule is pretty backloaded, right? Michigan State played some easy games. Michigan played some easy games. Ohio State played some easy games. Iowa played some easy games. The first real true test in Iowa was when they had to play Penn State. Clifford got hurt. Everybody knows Penn State would have won that game if Clifford didn't get hurt. Like, that was very clear. Like, that was a huge game changer. But you being up 16 on the road, why are you playing around with a top 10 team? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand. And if the receivers are open, and I'm a huge. I don't think Kate McNamara is a great quarterback. I think he's a very serviceable quarterback. He does not make mistakes, right? So you're asking your starting quarterback to make up for your true freshman non-starting quarterback's mistakes that you're putting in the game. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I get he threw the pick at the end of the game. Listen, you got to overcome 2 mistakes. That's not his fault. What is he supposed to do with that?
I mean, we were lucky to have the ball with a minute left to be able to win the game.
I thought they were going to get the first down.
But the point is, we shouldn't have been in the position to have to do that. And that's the coaching staff. That's the coaching staff. That's the head coach. Go ahead. Whatever you guys want to say. It's the head coach who said,
I don't know if that's
I'm in there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a Gaddis call. Listen, this is so, like, when you take us to, I understand we're literally like an hour removed from this, right? But if you take a step back for a second, everybody effed up on this. Everybody did.
What do you mean
I
everybody?
don't think I don't think Michigan State's quarterback passed for 200 yards. I don't think he did. Maybe with that one in the corner where the receiver almost scored, maybe he got over 200 yards. I don't think he got over 200 yards. So, I mean, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I really wanted Michigan to be undefeated going into November so we could meet up and like back in 2006 or whatever it was, or 2005. Like I'm baffled. I'm baffled how I've never seen a team be put away and the coach makes bonehead mistakes, lets the team back in the game. And then once that momentum shifted, and whoever number 2 and number 0 is, I think his name is Bentley, the corner. I think they say he's an Alabama transfer. That kid can play. He was making plays all, like, once there was a 3rd down conversion where they tried to swing the ball out, and he came and just destroyed. What's the short running back?
Quorum.
Yeah. He just destroyed him from that moment on. When I looked at the score, and it was 30-16, I said, this game's over. At that moment, I was like, this game is over. Like, they got the ball back, went down and scored, and then I saw the 2-point conversion. I was like, oh, this is really bad, because that team was shell-shocked that they came back that quick. They were shocked. And there was just no riding the ship. Like, the team shell-shocked, go with what you know, go with what you've gone with, you're undefeated, and you throw J.J. McCarthy in there. And I'm like, listen, I see what I see on my side, because I watch Michigan football too, but I also pay attention, obviously a lot of attention to Ohio State does. And listen, you want to get your freshman QB reps, you blow teams out, you throw them in a game so you can get reps. Every rep is important. Every single rep is important. Every one. But you don't give a freshman quarterback reps in that type of environment unless you're just going to start them and throw them to the wolves. No, and here's the thing. I'm sure JJ has all the talent in the world. Who cares if you're winning? Who cares? Winning shuts everybody up.
Yeah. So McNamara threw for 383 yards. This must have been his best game of the season. Right? He was, I mean, it wasn't perfect. He was 28 for 44, but he wasn't going to turn the ball over on that last drive. I mean, when they were up 33-30, he just wasn't going to. Not like that. And now how does he feel? That, he knows he could have engineered a drive to kill the clock, and, the coaching staff puts the freshman in. So now he's probably feeling a little. I don't know.
Listen, I'm serious. I know they're 7-1. Fire him right now. Fire him right now. He's not the guy. He's just not the guy, and that's just what it boils down to. Listen, fire him, get him up out of there. You start your search right now. Because, I mean, there's so many layers to this, right? You have to still go play Ohio State. And newsflash, people, Kenny Walker, good running back. Travion Henderson, better. And he gets half the carries. And Travion Henderson is better. So you're going to lose that game. We all know that. You're going to lose that game. Just listen. I don't know if you need to take a leave of absence. Just let him go and start your search. Do a very hard look because you just lost to a team down 16 at their place. And I haven't even talked about the fact that Michigan State is nowhere near as talented as Michigan is on offense or defense. Nowhere near that.
No, this guy, Peyton Thorne, he only threw for 196 yards. Our guy threw for 383. Now I know Walker Walker ran for 197. So, shout out, hats off to that kid. He played a great game. Scored 5
hats off to Walker. Listen, Walker played a hell of a game. Travion Henderson's better. As a freshman, he's better right now. He's leading the nation in yards per carry as a freshman.
Wow.
He's just better.
All right.
He makes Kenny Walker look like he's running, like he's walking. Like Travion Henderson, I've never seen it. Like he's like the second coming of Reggie Bush. Like he's like the new version of that. Like he's a freak. He's just a freak. That's all I can say. He's just a freak. You'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the defense played well enough to win the game. The strip sack. You let me know. You let me know what you think when you see that strip sack.
I don't think that because you knew what was coming, so they didn't listen. We always talk about adjustments, right?
Yes,
and that's been an Achilles heel. They're not throwing the football. They're not. They'll throw it to try to keep you honest, but they're a power run team. Okay. And I will give it to Walker. He had a hell of a game. Like, I loved watching him. Loved it. It was great. Like, he balled, right? He probably deserves a Heisman after that game. It's a top 10 game at home. You're right, in-state rival. You score 5 TDs, those are Heisman moments. Like, he balled. Like, for real. But from Michigan side, the defense didn't play well enough to win the game. I don't even think they were put in a position to win the game. You know what's coming. And there was not an adjustment to stop it. Or, I don't know if it's a gap assignment issue. I can go back and watch the film. But
yeah, well, Alex, you're on the road in a hostile environment. You're not going to hold a team scoreless, a ranked team like that scoreless. You're not going to completely bottle them up. They're going to, especially with the way Mel Tucker coaches, they were going to keep coming. So they weren't just going to give up. But I thought that they made enough plays on Peyton Thorne. They generated a few turnovers. I thought they played well enough to help the team escape with the win. I'm going to read through these comments, then we're going to shut this down because I need to think about something else right now. Okay. Jason Canfield says, we read this one. Look, we gave the game to MSU. They are a bunch of who I have zero respect for. JJ fumbles changed the game. The officials once again fucked us with that review, and that changed the game. And Blake's drop changed the game. That was in the first half.
Yeah,
I will use the phrase sports tragedy very infrequently, especially in the regular season action. Today was a sports tragedy. That was a tragic loss for the Wolverines today. We gave the game away to MSU. We were the better team. It's bullshit. Complete bullshit. That 1999 Michigan team was the best team of the Carr era outside of the national championship team, the national title team in 1997. No conference titles for Jim as a college head coach. He's currently 3-9 combined against Ohio State and Michigan State. That can't happen. Nothing Jim did today minus, but JJ was on Jim. Okay. JJ needs to hold on to the fucking ball, period. Mel has one fewer win against U of M with Harbaugh in 20 months on the job in East Lansing that Harbaugh has 7 years on the job in Ann Arbor. Okay,
Listen, that's
he's piling on. Anybody can go on a stake in life. I don't know if that's stake or streak. Doesn't mean that this is the standard or the level they will always be at. McNamara was good today until those late turnovers. And why would have blame you if you went apoplectic on the stream? Sorry, you won't see that. The Big Ten officiating is as corrupt as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, the officiating was really bad today, but it was bad on both sides.
It doesn't get any worse in terms of officiating than Big Ten football officials. Here's you. Let's go. Stephen Cherry says, didn't I tell you that the battle for second place, Buckeyes own the Big Ten? It's what Michigan has been doing all year. Why change now?
Because you're playing a top 10 team. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Treppa was referring to.
You play to win and you play smart, and you just weren't smart.
And where you need a good old-fashioned law firm of Gaines and Gaines meltdown after the events of today in East Lansing. Reffing was fine. McCarthy threw the game, and we should have had the first fumble. This is probably a Michigan State fan. You want to crown them champs, that's fine, but it's not over yet. It's probably against you guys. Drop it, I'm ready. I'm an MSU fan, but it seems like you have fans thinking the season is over. Plenty of season left. My Spartans could still lose. Put the ball in your hands. Terrence says, questionable calls throughout the whole game by Michigan, but great win by MSU. You're telling me the refs were fine? Okay, we should have never put McCarthy in the game. Okay, so he should have never put McCarthy in the game.
Yeah,
not there.
Listen, I'm assuming typically those calls go. That's a Gaddis call. That has to be a Josh Gaddis call because they probably saw something and said, let's try to get JJ in there, give them a different look, and it backfired. And I don't know why they would even try to do that. I mean, all you had to do. I mean, McCarthy had almost 400 yards passing. Why are you putting JJ in the game? None of it makes any sense. And I'm sure they know a whole lot more football than I do. But although I know a lot, it just does not make any sense. Like, you know, from Michigan's perspective, they got whatever they wanted through the air, whatever they wanted. So why are you trying to throw in a wrinkle? Just do what you're doing. They can't stop it. They can't stop it all day.
Jim Hardballs cost you people this game, plain and simple. What the fuck are you smoking? OK's REO.
Whoa.
It's healthy to melt down, Anwar. Oh, he wants to see me lose it. Abdul Gaines, I'm putting on my suit.
It's not worth it.
Abdul Gaines, I'm putting on my suit and I'm going to Ruth Chris tonight to have a nice dinner. How do you like that? Also, I don't give a fuck about Mel Tucker. Okay, I should probably stop these 5-letter words. I should stop reading these 5-letter words. Mel Tucker was not playing the game. It's probably directed at you, Abdul. The refs made calls and fixed them with review. I think it was a good game from the State just wanted it more. Mel Tucker is gaining my respect. Dude, they missed the biggest call in the game. That was a strip sack and a TD. I agree with that. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm sorry. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, his knee was down. Plain and simple. This is okay. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Who is coming from outside? You want to fire Jim? Who else are we getting? Okay, here we go with this one.
So let me respond to that one real quick. I don't know who you're getting, but I'm pretty sure there are coaches out there up 16 on the road could have closed out that game. That's the coach that you're getting. Doesn't matter who it is. Get the coach that's going to win you the game. Don't get the coach that's going to lose you the game. Because Jim Harbaugh lost this game. You can slice it. You can try to spin it whatever way that you want to. Jim Harbaugh lost this game. He's a loser. He is a middle of the pack Big Ten coach. And if you guys are cool with that, fine. I'm not. I want Michigan to be good. So, and my stance on this has been the same since I've been up here. I want Michigan to be good because I'm tired of Ohio State whooping on them every single year. It's not fun. It's boring now. Like Penn State gives us a better game than Michigan does. So if you're okay, if you're okay with a middle of the road, high end MAC school coach, middle of the road Big Ten coach who wins 7-8 games a year, goes to a bowl game, probably gets whooped up on. You guys like it? Fine. I'll back off. I'll back off of it.
Hold on, Alex. Hey, Johnny Olden is in the chat. I'll let this go for 23 more minutes. Johnny, if you want to come up, I'll throw the link in right now. I didn't watch your video yet. I will.
Yeah, I'll check out Johnny's video
over a glass of wine tonight. Johnny, if you're there, hit that link. Come on up. Let us know what you think. I see the eyeballs are going up. Guys, please hit the like. Johnny, the link is right there in the chat. If you hit it, it'll bring you in the backstage. I'll bring you up so you can put your 2 cents in on this this thing. Let me see if it actually went through to YouTube. Yeah, it's there. The StreamYard link is there.
Okay.
So in the meantime, got more Abdul Gaines.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in Johnny's take on this.
Yeah, Johnny, if you're out there. Oh, there he is. All right. Got 3 heavyweights. Let me Johnny, what you got, man? Tell us something good.
Man, it ain't much good after that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It wasn't much good after that, bro. I mean, you go up 16 and then you let them get 2 2-point conversions. But for me, it's the JJ play. Like a freshman fumbles once, you don't put him in the game. You don't put him back in. What was it last week? Donovan Edwards fumbled. I don't think we saw him, and it was a blowout. So why? But they're saying that Cade was in the medical tent. They didn't show it on TV, so I thought they were just putting him in. So it don't really make sense to me because we had been on defense.
If he's in the medical tent, why don't you just you have things scripted for situations like that, right? So if that's the case, you have a couple plays scripted, you run some plays, you see what's going on with JJ, and then you kind of figure out what you're going to do after that. You don't do what he did. It didn't make any. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead. But it just didn't make any sense. I get what you're saying, but that doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't to me either, bro. So I just saw it. My video, I'm going in on it. So you see, I'm with you. My whole video is basically going in on that play because it was just the defense didn't play well, and people that are going to kill the defense, our defense has held us down all year. They're going to have a game where they need the offense to go on and win it. So we get the momentum, they get the stop, get the punt, get a good punt return, and you put JJ in. He just fumbled. Like, what are you doing? You can't put him back in right there. Cade is playing the best game he's ever played in college. Let him win the game. That was the most crucial point of the game, and the momentum swing was just huge. Like Michigan State's like, okay, like you can just see their sideline just erupt because we get the ball. We're up 3. if we get a field goal, but if we get a touchdown, the game is over.
Yeah.
Like the game is over at that point. We get a touchdown, so I put it all on that play and the coaching staff. Like that's it for me.
Yeah.
We were fortunate to be up 33-30 with the ball, and in position to kill the clock. I mean, so we were fortunate to be there. In my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think one of the most interesting parts of this game is, and I don't know if you caught Johnny. What I said was that you said the offense has to go out and win you a game, right? So my thought on that is this: you know what Michigan State was going to do, right? Their quarterback had 2 interceptions. I don't think he had 200 yards passing. So they're just going to run it. They have one of the best running backs in college football. So that's all they can do. So although you say the offense has to go out and win you the game, if you know what's coming, why can't your coaching staff make adjustments to put you in position to stop it? Because I knew it was coming. I'm sitting on my couch and I only caught the second half of the game. I didn't catch the first half. So I went and looked at the stat line, and I was like, man, this dude's got 2 turnovers. He's not going to throw the football at all for the rest of the day, pretty much. They're just going to have to run it and pound it, and hopefully they come out with a dub. That's exactly what they did. I knew that starting the second half. So why did the coaching staff not do that? And why did the coaching staff not put their players in position for that particular adjustment? That's my question.
On defense, I would say sometimes they had him bottled up, but the dude was he's so wiggly. He reminds me of Le'Veon Bell once he got to Pittsburgh and lost that weight, and then he started being patient and just picking a hole and doing all, like, that's the kind of guy he is. So it's like sometimes when they did have him bottled, he'd make a dude miss the spin move.
Yeah, the spin move.
He was impressive. I can't knock him. He was impressive, but I get what you're saying. Like they should have been better prepared to stop him. Like those big plays, he got way too many big plays. Like he pretty much single-handedly beat us, really.
But a lot of those was like, I'm getting 3-4 chunks, and then like 16, and then like 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if you know they're not going to throw, you already got 2 picks. Man, put 9 in the box. You know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right? If you put 9 in the box and you lose, you lose. But they weren't even doing that. They weren't doing that at all.
Yeah, you can't let him beat you.
Right. Like
make somebody else beat.
Exactly. That was my issue. Especially knowing how good he is coming into that game. Everybody knows who this guy is, right? He's on the short list for the Heisman. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows. So, like, I mean, to me, I'm still, my mind is still like trying to compute what happened. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like,
I think we're all like that.
I really just, I don't get it. I don't get it. And that's why I said, listen, I know this is their first loss. I send Jim home. Jim got to go. He's got to go. You can't do that. You just can't. I'm sorry, you can't.
I don't have nothing to say on.
Here's the thing. If he's a brand new coach on a first contract, fine. But like, there's history with him now. Losing big games, losing your in-state rival, not beating Ohio State, right? Not beating top 10 teams. Like, there are receipts for this. I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. There are receipts. So unless you want to be Maryland, which, cool, you want to be Indiana, be good one year, down the other year, if that's what you want to do, fine, I'm cool with it. I'm completely fine with it. But he got to go. He's got to go. He's got to.
I can't knock it.
Because you're not. Like, people are saying, oh, there's still games to play. You're not beating Ohio State. Let's just keep it 100. You're not beating Ohio State. Yeah,
especially after what we just seen for the defense on that. it's not likely at all. Like there was some hope if maybe we could control big plays against Michigan State. Like, okay, this defense might be for real, and maybe we could come up with a game plan. It's just out the window. Now you give up that many big plays to MSU, and OSU's probably got the best offensive line in the Big Ten. Well, they do. It's just not. You're right. So if he goes, I won't have. I don't got nothing to say.
Yeah,
Honestly, for
I'm
real.
serious. Like, I listen. I think it should be a Monday morning press conference. We're parting ways. They probably won't do that because they don't have enough that program doesn't have enough backbone to do that, to make a hard stance. Be like, no, this is completely unacceptable, and you got to go. Period.
Yeah,
They're
this
is
not
not a
do
game that you guys were up like Iowa or like Penn State where your quarterback got hurt. You're up, 14 points, and your quarterback's hurt. You got to throw in a freshman and you lose. That's not what this was. This was your up 16. You throw in a freshman when you don't have to. You get 2 fumbles and you lose the game. That's what that was.
No, it was.
Any other program in the country,
I just can't believe it.
with the coach with Jim's track record, making those decisions, I guarantee you he'd be fired.
Now,
Definitely.
I'll say with the medical tent, they usually show the player going to the medical tent.
Exactly.
It takes at least 20 minutes for the kid to come back. So I think that's a smokescreen.
And that's what I thought it was. I'm like, what? Because they always show that stuff on the TV broadcast. Like they always, Cade McNamara just went to the tent. And if that was so, we were just on defense. So you mean to tell me all that time they never showed him going in the tent? Like
I didn't see
it. Just don't. That's what I'm saying. They didn't show that. Like, so it's just like, what are you talking about? Y'all put this man in the game for no reason when Cade is playing the best game of his college career. And it was just no need for it. The momentum swing was just like, it was just so drastic when that happened. Like, bro, we just got it back and you just give it right back to him.
Hold on. I'm about to rip into whoever Newton Rhodes is real quick. We did the same thing with quarterbacks a couple of years ago. Oh, yeah, we won the national championship, and our starting quarterback got hurt. You're starting a true freshman. You don't even make any sense. Get off the screen. Get off the screen. Thank you. We literally scored 63 points on Wisconsin to 0. It was 63-0. Our starting quarterback got hurt against Michigan. What do you think was going to happen? We would have won a national championship either way with whatever quarterback we had. That seems like – I'm sorry. Ran over.
That's
bad.
the Cardale Jones year.
Yeah.
Or
Cardale Jones
and talking about JT Barrett getting hurt and
JT Barrett
coming in for JT Barrett. I don't know. So there's different circumstances though. Different circumstances.
Yeah, it's different circumstances because Cade wasn't hurt. He still was playing. He played the rest of the game. So it's a big difference. Like y'all had to play Dwayne in that year and he made plays, but we didn't have to. Like, and it's gonna bother everybody, whether it was the 10 or not, it don't matter. Because if it was that the TV broadcast didn't help Harbaugh and Gaddis out because they didn't show it. So as fans, we like, bro, no, you just wanted to put JJ back in that game and for whatever reason, and it cost you. He fumbled once. Why would you put him back in the most crucial part of the game? That's the game. You muster up some offense, get in the end zone. It's a wrap. Like it wasn't enough time for them to come back like that. And you still maybe could have lost, but the percentage goes way down. So it's just like, no, nobody wants to hear it now. Like, bro, you wanted to put JJ in the game so bad, and it cost us.
Not to mention, if Cade is hurt, listen, if he's really hurt, right? What happens in every game where a college quarterback or any college or NFL game, what happens when a quarterback gets hurt and he goes to the 10? What's the first thing that happens? You call a timeout.
Exactly.
So You call a timeout. You see what's going on. Okay, JJ, go in, hand this off, do this, simplify the game for a freshman, right? You simplify it.
Trepa asks an interesting question. He says, Michigan players didn't have full confidence in the coaching staff in 2020. Does this game rattle their confidence in the new staff? I mean, certainly if I'm in the locker room, I'm looking and I'm saying, why did you guys do that? You know, if I'm on defense, if I'm one of the offensive linemen, yeah, I'm asking myself at least, why'd you guys do that? So
if I'm Cade,
listen,
if I'm Cade and they're going to, I'm not trying to be a dick, but excuse my language. But in that press conference, I'm like, well, okay, what do you think happened? Don't ask me. Ask JJ. Don't ask me nothing. I had almost 400 yards passing. Don't ask me nothing. I'm out there making up for somebody else's mistakes. Don't ask me a thing. I did my job, and we lost.
Exactly.
The coaching staff didn't do their job.
All that pressure Cade was already up under, and you put the offense and Cade in a horrible position to in the most crucial part of the game when it shouldn't have been like that. Like, you put that pressure back on him to have to be perfect, because after that he had to be perfect, and he couldn't be. Ball game.
Okay, I'm gonna get through a few more of these guys, and we'll shut this down. Johnny, appreciate you stopping through and coming up. Man, you got your video up quick.
Bro, I was, I use my videos to vent, so I had to get on there and vent.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out when we hop off. But like I said, listen, man, you gotta let him go. You got to. You don't have, like, he's forcing your hand. Jim is like literally forcing your hand, like, I dare you to fire me. I dare you to fire me.
Yep. He just, another thing.
And no offense, protect him from himself. Because I don't want to see an 0-7 record against Ohio State. I don't want to see that. Here's the thing. If it was, if the roles were flipped, that's what I'd be calling for. If this was Ryan Day, and Ryan Day was 0-7 against Michigan and just lost to, we don't have, let's say we play Cincinnati every year, right? He's 3-4 against Cincinnati. I'm like, yo, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Got, like, right now. Like, stop playing around. If you guys want to win, stop playing around. Let this dude go. Let's start the search right now. What we're going to do.
Yeah, because the other thing, being conservative calls, kicking field goals gets you beat. And we get too happy in the red zone to, okay, let's not take a shot. Let's just, run these little basic plays. Let's not get a shot in the end zone to get 7. They just happy going underneath and then kicking the field goal. Like, he's happy to do that, and it bit you. And I've been talking about this on multiple videos. Like, you can't keep kicking field goals. It gets you beat. Michigan State scores 5 touchdowns, and you're in the red zone all game, but you kicked 4 field goals. Ball game.
That's a very good
They're
point.
getting 7. They're getting 7. You getting 3. So 2 of your drives is one of theirs, and they're still getting 1 extra point.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good that he didn't miss a field goal today, but it also doesn't look good that they had to make 4 field goals and still lost. So,
and it's been like that all season with the field goals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. It's like they're scared to let from the 10 on in, or even like the 15. It's like they're scared to let Cade throw it in the end zone. It's been like that all season. I guess they don't. And me and my boys were talking about this, and I was telling them, like, Cade has to be horrible from the 10 on in red zone in practice. He has to be horrible in practice because they never let him try it in the game. So the only thing I can say is he has to be horrible from the 15 going in. Like, they like refuse to try to take a shot.
Here you go, Alex.
Why not? Who you guys have? What, Indiana and Maryland next, right? Indiana, Maryland, and Ohio State.
Penn State's in there somewhere.
Yeah, we got. I think it's Indiana, Penn State, Maryland, Ohio State.
And then you guys.
Okay. Listen.
Would you give it to Josh Gaddis, Alex? Let him be head coach?
Absolutely not, because he probably made the JJ McCarthy
Nobody
call. So
trusts him.
absolutely not.
Or maybe Jay Harbaugh. Maybe Jay Harbaugh could do it.
Listen, so you'll probably beat Indiana because Indiana's just having a bad year. They're just everybody over there is hurt, unfortunately. Maryland, you got Maryland and Penn State. You better not lose one of those two games. Because, I mean, we all know what's going on over there at Penn State. Like, the coach don't even know who he's playing. He thought he was playing us at Michigan today. So he don't know what's going on over there. And no offense, listen, I just feel like Ohio State is just, they're clicking. Like, they're playing way too well right now. To me, they're playing probably the second best football in the country. I have to go take another look at Georgia. But I don't see – they're the best offense I've seen in a long time. A long time. They have no weaknesses anywhere on the offensive side of the ball. So I don't see Michigan beating Ohio State. I don't see it. Okay, Chloe, woulda, shoulda, coulda. We're going to talk about, like, you know, what's actually going on. You know, if Michigan kept all the receivers, they probably have a top 10 offense, but they don't. They lose them to other schools like Texas. Why not? Why not let him go? Why not let him go? The season's over. You're not beating Ohio State. Let's call it a buck. You're not beating Ohio State. Like, if CJ Stroud gets hurt, you got to deal with Kyle McCord. He's had a bunch of reps. He does not make mistakes. He takes care of the football. Or we just run it down your throat. Because in my opinion, we have the best running back in college football, in my opinion. My humble opinion, we do. But you're not beating Ohio State. You could win the next two games, and that's cool. But, like, this isn't about right now. This is about what Michigan wants to be 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now. Because we've already seen what it's going to be under Jim Harbaugh. We know. Listen, we got the resume. We know what it is. We know what it is. I know what it is. I can tell you what he's going to do now. I was really hoping I was wrong this week. Even though I was messing with Anwar and I kept sending him Sparty stuff, I was really hoping Michigan was going to win. But the resume, listen, man, jury's out. We know what Jim Harbaugh is. So if you want to roll with that, fine, because he's going to win you 7-8 games. He's going to lose to Michigan State half the time, and he's never going to beat Ohio State, and that's what it is. If you had to play Iowa, you probably would have lost to Iowa this year too.
Okay, on that note, I'm going to wrap this up because it's at an hour, and I have to get ready to go somewhere. You guys want to give two parting shots? Johnny, once again, thanks for coming up.
No problem. I appreciate you, bro.
I'm going to look at your video later on.
Oh, okay. Yes. If you want to hear a rant on that JJ McCarthy, it's in there. And that's just the microcosm. This game, like you were saying with Harbaugh, you know what you're gonna get, and that's what it is. Conservative. That's the field goals. Conservative in the red zone, not taking shots when you need touchdowns in big games, and that's just him. So, in college football isn't played like that. You got to have a unbelievable defense to hold good teams down, and it's just too hard to do in college. So being conservative gets you beat, and bonehead overcoaching gets you beat. You outcoached yourself in a lot of these plays. So that's all I got, y'all. I'm appreciate it. I'm out. Y'all have a good one.
All right, Alex.
Yeah, I just got one. Again, I'm kind of going to reiterate what Johnny was saying. I actually think the offense played well enough to win this game. There were no adjustments. I think there were a bunch of different things that happened throughout this game that were just mistakes by a coaching staff that shouldn't be making these kind of mistakes. That's kind of where I land. Listen, we can jump on JJ all we want, right? He's a freshman. Like, he made freshman mistakes. This is what freshmen do. And that's, I think, the biggest issue that we have with putting him in the game or at least putting him in the game and not scripting, just handing the ball off a couple times, getting some type of rhythm to the game. Taking a minute out, you really don't get a rhythm. You can't make freshman mistakes in a top 10 matchup with an in-state rival in your conference. It's just you just can't do it. It's just bad. And listen, if K was in a tent, you take a timeout. Like this is kind of like coaching 101.
Yeah.
Like K's your starter. You went through the battle. He came out clean on the other side. He's undefeated. He's having the best game of his career. And if he's in the tent, you treat K like he's gold and diamonds. You protect him at all costs. And if he's out of the game, you take a timeout, you find out what's going on, and then you figure out how to move forward. But for these people thinking that, oh, well, JJ's more talented. He might be more talented, but he's not better. If he was better, he'd be playing more. So, I'm just at my wit's end with Jim Harbaugh. I've had enough of it. I thought he was going to give us a game when he first came in between him and Urban Meyer. He's going to get curb stomped by Ryan Day. He lost to Mel Tucker twice in a row. I just have had enough. I'm over it. I'm over it with him. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to see him coach anymore. Here's the thing. I don't even want to watch this team play anymore until they get rid of him. That's where I'm at. I don't want to watch it anymore because I'm tired of being let down, thinking that they're going to turn into something that they're clearly just not going to.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't really have much else to add on to that. It was a shocking loss. It was there for them to take, despite the fact that Kenneth Walker was he had a great game, but just the decision making at the end by whoever decided to put, if Cade got hurt, okay, that's one thing, but if he wasn't, that decision to put JJ in there, especially after he fumbled 5 minutes earlier, I just thought that was. Yeah, that was bad. So I'm gonna ponder this over, some wine at Ruth Chris later on, and I'll watch Johnny's video.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you guys go check Johnny out. Please hit the like and subscribe button.
Yeah, guys, this got up to almost 40 people, and I only got 27. I mean, that's not bad engagement. But Alex, thanks for coming through. I'll be checking out Ohio State later on. You guys have a big game too.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, talk to you later.
Talk to you soon.
All right, everyone. I don't have much. I let this go an extra half hour because Alex came up, and then I saw Johnny there in the chat. If you haven't, check out Johnny's channel. I can't wait to see his passionate observation of what happened, and I can't wait to see Steve Dace's passionate observation of what happened. And I know the Valenti guy, he's going to go off. He's probably going off right now. But hey, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Go blue, and as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care. I'll talk to you the next time. If you're watching this on the playback, I'm going to put my Cash App and PayPal in the description box if you want to make a donation. But guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.